Hello, I am Alex Frazier and I am a CVCA Royal Technic programmer. The first and most significant need of any robot is movement around the robotics course to complete each task. The Royal Technic robotics team traditionally uses a four-wheel drive base.
Hello, I'm Alex Cook and I'm the team leader and head designer for the Royal Technic robotics team. The second design element on the robot is a short arm that is part of the 4-bar linkage. This arm is crucial as it keeps the attachments parallel to the ground at all times, which allows the drivers to deposit the second story of the building without dumping the different pieces.
Hi, I am Levi Smith. This is my first year as a part of the Royal Technic robotics team. The arm of the robot is significant to completing almost every task given in the Demo Days challenge. The robot needs to be able to move insulation, copper wiring, water pipes, scrap tile and metal, and the floor, walls, and roof of a building. The robot also needs to be able to lift light poles and an air compressor. Our solution to this challenge is a 2-bar linkage, and the large arm is a part of that system. It is powered by a small motor.
Hello, I am Flynn McCubbin, and this is my first year on the Royal Technic robotics team. I designed a cartridge dispenser to install light poles.
The design team of Royal Technic created several different tools to remove items from the field. The pieces of equipment included a shovel, a corner gripper, and a multi-tool. In order to release these items, each piece of equipment opens or releases in a different way. The shovel is detachable and stays on the dumpsters with the top floor's wall, ceiling, floor, and contents. The corner gripper opens outward from two opposite corners, and the multi-tool opens outward from the sides of the building instead of the corners.
Our autonomous function was programmed to work in two different ways. The first was to enter the danger zone and push the pipe bundle with the open gripper while the robot turns 90 degrees and proceeds outside the danger zone. The second autonomous function was programmed to move forward, drop the arm over the bundle, and move backwards, dragging the bundle outside the danger zone. We currently are planning to use the second option in competition.
The multi-tool on the robot can lift and carry the solo cup filled with scrap tile.
The robot can lift the insulation, copper wiring, water pipes, scrap metal, and the different parts of the building and place the items in the dumpster.
The shovel is able to lift the entire second floor and move it intact to the dumpsters. It then detaches without the need of a servo or motor. The weight of the building in the shovel allows the multi-tool to slide out of the shovel easily.
The rack and pinion design allows the gripper to open up to 12 inches, which is big enough to lift the building floor.
The Royal Technic robotics team recognizes the need to make our product aesthetically pleasing. Kate Oyster takes the time to make the robot look amazing, and the design team added design elements like a chain and wrecking ball to add to the robot's appearance. The robot picks up the building and places it on the dumpster.
The robot autonomously retrieves the pipe bundle and then lifts the pipe bundle and places it on the trailer.
The robot lifts the solo cups with the tiles and places the filled cup on the trailer. The multi-tool is also capable of lifting the air compressor.
Here is the block diagram of the Hulk 1403.
The multi-tool has proven its worth in every step of development. It was effective as a simple piece of PVC. It has greatly improved when made out of metal.
Originally, we thought that we would need hooks on the robot to move the pipe bundle, but we remembered that in a previous season, we used the arm to carry the pipe conduit in the off-the-grid season, and we decided to try to use the arm to move the pipe bundle. It worked, and so we decided not to make the hooks.
I had hoped that the use of a shovel would prove to be effective at moving the top floor of the building, and it was. We are using the shovel for this competition.
The corner gripper is an amazing tool that successfully grips and lifts the second story of the building, but it is not as effective at the other tasks on the field. The multi-tool and the shovel proved more effective, and so we decided to go with the other options.
The light pole cartridge is a great design element. Because of time, it is not fully developed. If we qualify for regionals, we will complete its design and build this part.
We decide the size of our wheels and the size of our gears that are used to power the wheels by calculating gear ratio. The large motor connects to a large gear, and the large gear meshes with a small gear on the inside of each wheel.
The arm moves with a single gear reduction 4-bar linkage. The small motor is attached to the large arm and mini gear. The gear travels up and down on a large gear that is mounted to the robot tower.
The autonomous function works with precision and accuracy.
The shovel detaches without the use of a motor or a servo. The multi-tool is mounted on a rack and pinion and is powered by a small motor.
We have used a 4-wheel drive system in previous years and thought it gave us the best chance to remain small, fast, and maneuverable. We quickly settled on 5-inch wheels, the same size as last year, and discussed whether it would be worthwhile to reduce the speed of the robot for the small spaces.
For this challenge, our primary arm was going to need to both pick up items from the ground and lift the second story starting at 12 inches high. In one of the ideas discussed later, we were going to use a double-jointed arm, which allowed a large scoop to fit within the 24-inch starting cube. However, the idea of keeping the scoop or lifting arms level while carrying the tower seemed nearly impossible. So we decided on a 4-bar linkage, which would allow the scoop or lifting arms to remain level to give us the best chance of keeping the tower intact. To power the arm, we decided to use the same single gear reduction as last year. We fixed the gear to the tower and added the motor to the rear of the arm. This allows the motor to act as a counterweight to help overcome the weight of the second floor. Most of our mechanical system utilizes gears to optimize the movement.
The robot is powered with a VEX battery which plugs into the motor cortex. The motor cortex is programmed to control 2 large motors, 2 small motors, and 4 servos which are provided in the returnables kit from Best Robotics. We are currently only using the 4 motors and no servos for the demo day season. If we add the light pole cartridge dispenser, we will utilize 1 servo. We program our robot using Simulink, which is a programming language created by MATLAB.
We tested our robot for the first time at Mall Day. First, we drove using our corner gripper. It worked well at lifting the second floor of the building, but did not perform well on the other challenges. We switched to using the multi-tool and the shovel and were pleased with the results. The biggest need that we recorded was the need for a longer, small arm. This corrected the tilt on the shovel when we lifted the second story of the building. We also discovered the need for counterweights on the bot to balance out the weight of the second story.
Of all the risks listed above, the one that is the greatest concern is losing all of the items out of the shovel. This would seriously reduce the points we are capable of scoring.
The multi-tool was designed to accomplish as many challenges on the field as possible. The 2 original challenges that Paul intended to use this tool for included retrieval of the pipe bundle and the lifting of the solo cup filled with tiles. As the design team continued to work on its development, it was discovered that we could use the multi-tool to lift the air compressor, lift the second floor on the building, install the light poles, and collect debris.
I chose to design a shovel because I wanted to lift the entire second floor of the building and place it in the dumpster. The most innovative feature of the shovel is that it attaches and detaches from the multi-tool without the use of a motor or servo. Another feature of the shovel is its open bottom that allows it to approach and lift the building without knocking it over.
Daniel designed a corner gripper. His thinking was that gripping the corners of the second story of the building while having tall walls that came around and hugged the building walls would make it easier to move the building without it falling apart. The innovative element that was used on the corner gripper was a rack and pinion that was powered by a small motor. This rack and pinion is also interchangeable with the rack and pinion on the multi-tool and uses the same small motor.
I was asked to develop a way to dispense the light poles and carry all 3 of them at the same time. I decided that a cartridge dispenser that spins using a servo could work. Using thin wood, I cut out circle slots that held the light poles. There was a need to hold the pipes into the slots while also releasing them once they are placed. Using zip ties to hold the pipes in place was the solution I needed. They hold, but when the robot gently pulls away, they stay in the light pole receptacle. This tool is still in the development stages. If we qualify for regionals, we will complete its design.
World Technic has built one robot that had a 2-wheel drive base. That robot was used during the Bet the Farm year. Since then, World Technic has built 4-wheel drive robots. We do so because the 4-wheel drive design allows it to have extra speed, spin in place, and have extra power.
I learned a lot of new things this year. My coach taught me how to use the derived feature in Onshape, effectively creating a skeleton of the robot before it's designed. Because I had previously learned Onshape, I had the opportunity to teach new students in robotics how to use Onshape. Because of this, we were able to have plenty of help with designing our robot.
CAD can be very useful for designing and engineering.
I learned how to program a robot this season.
I learned that it's important to do point analysis when building a prototype. I didn't realize that the part I designed was only going to gain us a few points. The part I made was a fence grabber and it would not help us with our robot.
Thank you for your time.